Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm painting ephemera today. I have also been making some textile and bundles with textile and paper and iron pieces. I will show you a little peek of that. So now I have been painting a little decoration on old book pages, just some simple leaf. And now when me and Nico was outside to do his evening business, I picked some flowers, and I thought I could try to do some prints with some of them, and some of them will be dried so that I can use them later on. This one I think can be really nice dried as small decorations. But I think we can maybe try to use this one, maybe print like that. And also I have some grasses, could be fun to try and put paint on them. So put them there, and some leaves of course, and see if we can do some fun prints with these small pieces today. Maybe some leaves with like a fern. I don't have the English names of these ones, so I'm sorry about that. I can't really tell you the real names of them, but I'm sure we can find it if we need to. So let's take some scraps. This is some cut off from making journal pages. So this is just a bit heavier copy paper. I think it's 110 grams. And I thought we could just do some decorations, and maybe if they get usable, we could use them as belly bands. So let's start with this one and see if we can. We need to use one of these as painting background. Am I in frame? And I'm going for brown on this one. So I'm just going to try to paint on the back of the flowers and then print with it. See how that looks. I think we need to use as much as we can of the things that are growing in nature now. It will soon be winter again, and we don't have anything to play with from outside. So let's see if we can make this happen. I think I will use a stamping pad and see if this can work. And then I will try to lift it up a bit quickly. See if that was all right. If we use a pen on that later on. Let's put it aside for some drying. Let's see if we can do another one. Maybe not so thin color this time. See if we can get some of the stems. I don't know, but sometimes I just feel that when I use the items like this, instead of just painting them, it feels more real. Does that make sense? It's kind of more like the flowers is with me in the journals. I can cut off the stem a bit so I don't need to have that hanging over me. Yes. So let's take another one. Then we are going to do some more on these later on with the pen and some more watercolor when they have dried a little bit. So this is kind of the first layer, just so that we have a bit to rely on. So maybe it's better on the back where we have the veins. And I'm using sap green and Van Dyke brown. I blend these so that we get this leaf green color. I realized I was almost out of sap green, and that's a disaster. So I need to order some. We don't have that kind of stores where I live, so I always need to order it online. Interesting, I think. I hope. Oh no, that wasn't so good. Maybe we should try on the other side anyway. You never know until you have tried. And maybe not so dark color or thin color. Less water and more color. I love this beautiful olive green tone. So let's see if we can get a better one on this side. Try to get it on the same spot. That's also interesting. A little bit better, but not so good as I had hoped. Maybe the paper is too slippery. But we'll leave that to dry too, so maybe we can do something more with it. We maybe actually need to paint on it. Let's try another leaf and see if that's the same problem with this one. Let's see if we can press that down on and pick some color up. I can see that when I have painted on the leaves once, it's easier to get the color to stick the next time. So it feels like it needs a layer of paint. Leave that to dry and then put on color again. It seems like they are a little bit too slippery. And the water just pool off. Put more on the edges. See if that works. It was the leaf that was not so good. This one turned out really nice. That's good to know. So I'm saving that one. And let's take another one, a small one. And do the same. Put that beside the other one. These leaves are raspberry leaves, and they seem to work good in eco dyeing too. They give not so much green, but a nice pattern. So I often use these when I eco dye my paper and textile too. I have been at work today again after 2 weeks of vacation. So it got a little tough. You know, when you have been away from work so long and now you need to go back again. I like my work, but it's always nice to be home and with the caravan. But I still have 3 more, so we will be at it again in 3 weeks. We have a bit more vacation. That's nice. So I'm just doing a few strokes with the color that is left on the leaf. Before I leave it to dry. The prints are dry, so now we can continue and give them some stems and some more colors, and really play. So let's pick our watercolors and get started. So let's start with this one, and I'm going to put on the color first and make sure that everything is painted in, and dry them again, and then go in with my micron pen and do the stems and the small details. So let's start with I think these ones need a little bit of darker tone. So I'm just blending some brown and some Payne's grey. And then I'm just going to go in and give them some depth. I'm not going to overdo anything, just paint in the things that I think isn't printed properly. So I'm just painting in a few extra of these flowers. Something like that. And some small leaves. Little wild and crazy. And then I'm going in with some more green and brown on the leaf. Just quickly painting in some of the colors, leaving some white. I want it to be loose and fun. Going in with some water and let it flow out from the flower. I think I'm going to do the same up here. Putting in a little bit of color on this one, and then I'm going to just go in with water and touch, starting on this part, and then I'm just dabbing in a little bit so that the color is spreading. Like it's done with no purpose. Kind of a little, oops, I didn't mean to spread that color, but I did it anyway. So it looks kind of natural that I have spread it. And then these ones, it was these with small leaves on that I put down. So I'm just going to make sure that they have these small leaves here and there. They are small rounded pieces. And then we are using the micron pen later on and do some really thin lines from these round small flowers, or leaves actually. And we have some natural spots where the print isn't taken onto the paper, then we can put this and it looks like a natural place where we have a leaf and the stem is kind of behind it. So they are dry, and I decided to add some white acrylic splatters to them. And now we are going to go over them with the pen and give them some details. I have ripped some of them in different ways, and we are going to do something with at least a couple of them, so you can see how I'm planning to use them. So let's pick these ones maybe and save these for another time. Taking some distress ink and just going over the edges. To tone down the white background a little bit. So then I'm just going to go in with my pen and kind of just darken it with a few lines. Okay, let's add some background. I think I want something like blue-gray-ish. And the other one, let's go for the brown paper. And let's put this down. So let's see, not too big. Let's go for that one. Piece from an antique blouse. They have even mended it. And then this little antique piece of wallpaper from my old house. Just for the sake of something different. still green, but it's fun. And then some messy stitching. Like that. Should we do something on this too? It's too blue. This one maybe. So a couple of samples how it can look when you do your belly bands or maybe some tuck spots, however you want to place them. So I hope this was a bit of inspiration for you, and don't be afraid to use nature in your journals, and let the flowers help you if it's possible. Thank you so much for keeping me company tonight, and I will of course be back soon again. So until next time, bye bye from Sweden.